Good morning children, I hope class 10th children are watching this video and I hope you must be keeping well. As we have been doing pair of linear equations and just we have completed exercise 3.4, each and every question was done. I hope you must have done in your copy. So we will see today equations reducible to a pair of linear equations in two variable. So let's start. Here you have equations reducible to a pair of linear equations in two variables. In this section we shall discuss the solution of such pairs of equations which are not linear but can be reduced to linear form by making some suitable substitutions. We now explain this process through some examples. First examples have been given. You see, solve the pair of equations. You have 2 by x plus 3 by y is equal to 13 and 5 by x minus 4 by y is equal to minus 2. So what is needed to be done here? You see, let us write the given pair of equations as 1 by, see, this can be written as you have 2 by x, this can be written as 2 into 1 by x, and 3 by y, what you have, this can be written as 3 into 1 by y. So in the same way this has been written, you see, 2 into 1 by x plus 3 into 1 by y is equal to 13, and in the same way 5 into 1 by x minus 4 into 1 by y is equal to minus 2. Now this 1 by x and 1 by y, what you have, this can be assumed as some other variable, like suppose 1 by x, suppose you need to assume 1 by x is equal to z, or a or b or c, whatever you wish, you can write 1 by x is equal to z, and 1 by y is equal to, or suppose m and n, suppose 1 by x is equal to m and 1 by y is equal to n. In this way we can assume, and again we can write this in linear form. Here you see in these equations what has been taken, 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q. So your equation has become now 2p plus 3q is equal to 13 and 5p minus 4q is equal to minus 2. Now it is required to be simplified. So we have expressed the equations as a pair of linear equations. Now you can use any method to solve these equations and get p is equal to 2 and q is equal to 3. So by either substitution method or by elimination method you need to find out p and q. So suppose you have got p is equal to 2 and q is equal to 3. So already you know how it to be found out. Now after getting p and q, that is required to be replaced. P is equal to 1 by x we have assumed, so 1 by x is equal to 2 and therefore x will be equal to 1 by 2 and 1 by y is equal to 3, and that's why y will be equal to 1 by 3. By substituting x is equal to 1 by 2 and y is equal to 1 by 3 in the given equations, we find that both the equations are satisfied. So you have what answer you have got, x is equal to 1 by 2, y is equal to 1 by 3, that can be put in equation and can be seen that is being satisfied or not. So in this type of question, I think just you see, if these type of questions will be there, only one thing you need to know, this how this 2 by x can be written. So 2 by x can be written as 2 into 1 by x, and this 1 by x can be assumed as any other variable and that can be written in linear form. So as it has been expressed, 2p plus 3q is equal to 13 and 5p minus 4q is equal to minus 2, and then p and q is required to be found out, and finally what value you have got of p and q, that is required to be replaced again in place of 1 by x. So as we have assumed 1 by x is equal to p, so here value is required to be put and we can find out the value of x. This is the one way, and this is the easy and best way to solve this type of question. Even if you want to solve this question directly, it can be solved. 1 by x, 2 by x you have, plus 3 by y is equal to 13, and 5 by x minus 4 by y is equal to minus 2 you have. As you will solve as 2p plus 3q is equal to 13 and 5p minus 4q is equal to minus 2. In the same way, this also can be solved directly. If you want to solve, that can be solved without assuming p and q. Next you see example 18, we have solve the following pair of equations by reducing them to a pair of linear equations. 5 by x minus 1 plus 1 by y minus 2 is equal to 2, and 6 by x minus 1 minus 3 by y minus 2 is equal to 1. So now again this 1 by x minus 1 it has been assumed as p, and 1 by y minus 2 has been assumed as q. So this equation will become 5p plus this, you see 1 by x minus 1 is equal to p, so 5p it became, 1 by y minus 2 is equal to q, so this will be q. 1q you have, it means q is equal to 2, and here you will have 6p minus 3q is equal to 1. Now this is required to be simplified. If you will simplify this, what is needed to be done, this is required to be multiplied by 3. So if you are multiplying, your equation will be 15p minus 3q is equal to 6, and this will be 6p minus 3q, this will be plus q is equal to 1, and then this will be cancelled, this will be 15 plus 6 is equal to 21p is equal to 6 and 1 7, so p will be 7 by 21, so 7 3 ja 21, it means 1 by 3, so p you have got 1 by 3. Now p is required to be substituted in any equation and we can find out q. And then after getting p and q, just you see we have assumed p is equal to 1 by 3. So 1 by x minus 1 is equal to 1 by 3. 1 by x minus 1 is equal to 1 by 3. Now you need to simplify this. X minus 1 is equal to 3 and x is equal to 3 plus 1, it means 4. So finally we have got x is equal to 4. In this way this is required to be solved. So here you see 5p plus q is equal to 2 and 6p minus 3q is equal to 1 we have. Then equation 3 and 4 form a pair of linear equations in the form, general form. Then this has been written as, just if you are finding out p and q, and then you are replacing what you have got, x minus 1 is equal to 3 and finally x is equal to 4 as we have found out now. So in the same way q is required to be found out, and then y you have got 5. So simply what is required to be done, if this can be replaced by any other variable, that can be replaced, and then it will come in linear form, and then you solve that, and again what you have assumed that is required to be replaced, and you can find out finally x and y. Next example, you see this is very important, this type of questions come in exam, so this is very important for the exam also. A boat goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in A boat goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours. In 13 hours, it can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream. Determine the speed of the stream and that of the boat in still water. So here you see how we will solve and how will you understand the question. Here suppose this is your river or a stream, and if flow of water is one side, suppose flow of water is this way, in this way flow of water is there. So this will be assumed as down the stream, means together with the stream. Down the stream if boat is going, and up the stream means just opposite to this direction of the stream. So this can be assumed, suppose if a flow of water in this direction, then this will be assumed downstream. This boat is going to downstream and this is upstream, just opposite to the direction of the stream. If the flow of water or flow of stream in this direction, then with the flow of water or with the direction of the flow of water, if boat is running, that will be called downstream. And if just opposite it is, then it will be called upstream, just opposite to the direction of flow of water. So a boat goes 30 km upstream, suppose 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours. So if boat goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream, and it takes 10 hours. And in second condition you have in 13 hours it can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream. You need to determine the speed of the stream and that of the boat in still water. So you need to find out the speed of stream, what speed is there of this flow of water or stream, and what is the speed of boat if flow of water is not there, when still water is there. That is required to be found out. So how it has been done, you see. Let the speed of the boat in still water be x km/h and the speed of the stream be y km/h. If suppose this boat is running in still water, then its speed is x km/h and speed of the stream is y km/h. This is the speed of boat and this is y km/h is the speed of the stream. Speed of the stream be y km/h. Then the speed of the boat downstream, suppose this is the speed of boat, the speed of the boat in still water, this is the speed of boat and this is the speed of stream. Just you assume a flow of water in this direction, so this is downstream. So together if boat will go, in this figure you see, if this in this figure if flow of water will be there, in this figure you see this will be downstream. So x km/h you have a speed of the boat and y km/h you have the speed of the stream. So in downstream if boat is running, then the speed of boat will be what? In downstream, this is in still water. So in downstream the speed of boat will be x plus y km/h. So the speed of boat in still water and the speed of stream together, it will be the speed of boat in running water or in downstream. So when it will be in upstream, just opposite to the direction of the water, then its the speed of boat will be x minus y km/h. So speed of boat will be reduced if in opposite direction it will move. So simply it will be x minus y. And with downstream the speed of boat will increase, so that will be x plus y. That is required to be remembered. When it is in with flow of water together if it will be, or in downstream when boat will run, the speed will increase. In just opposite direction if it will move, speed will decrease, and that's why that will be x minus y kilometer per hour. Then you see, we know time is equal to distance by speed. So suppose in the first case, when the boat goes 30 km upstream, let the time taken in hour be t1. Suppose t1, the time taken t1 is equal to 30 by x minus y, and let t2 be the time in hours taken by the boat to go 44 km downstream. Then t2 will be 44 by x plus y. The total time taken t1 plus t2 is 10 hours. So this is in upstream and this is in downstream time taken. Time is equal to distance by speed, time in both condition, in upstream and in downstream, it is taking 10 hours. So together, if we are adding 30 by x minus y plus 44 by x plus y will be 10 hours, and this will be your first equation. In second case, you see, in 13 hours it can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream. So upstream you have x minus y, downstream you have x plus y. So time taken to go 40 km upstream will be 40 by x minus y, and time taken 55 km downstream will be 55 by x plus y. When you are adding both, it takes 13 hours. This will be your second equation. Now you need to simplify. So 1 by x minus y has been assumed u, and 1 by x plus y has been assumed v. Now this is required to be written in linear form. So it will become two equations you will get. 30u plus 44v is equal to 10, or 30u plus 44v minus 10 is equal to 0, and 40u plus 55v is equal to 13, or 40u plus 55v minus 13 is equal to 0. Now this has been solved by cross multiplication method, but this method is not required to be used. You can solve this equation by yourself by substitution method or elimination method. So just we will see how it will be solved. Here you see, this is your equation. So this can be solved by either substitution method or by elimination method. So first of all, if common is there, can be found out from here. So 30u plus 44v is equal to 10 you have. 2 can be taken out common. So you will be having 15u plus, or simply by without taking common you can solve directly. Just you see, this will be multiplied by 4 and this you multiply by 3. Then you will get 4 3 is 12, 120u plus 4 4 is 16, 4 4 is 16, and 1 17 is equal to 40, and this will be 120u plus 3 5 is 15, 3 5 is 15, and 1 16 is equal to 13 3 is 39. This is required to be subtracted. You subtract this, what you will get if you are subtracting this will be cancelled, and here you will be left with 6 minus 5 1, 7 minus 6 is equal to 1 is equal to 1. This is v. So here you will get v is equal to 1. So v will be equal to 1 by 11. Now this is required to be substituted in any equation. So by substituting v in equation 1, what you will get? 30u plus 44 into 1 by 11 is equal to 10, and this will be 30u plus 4 is equal to 10, and you will get 30u is equal to 10 minus 4, or you will get u is equal to 6 by 30, 6 1 is 6, 6 5 is 30, and u is equal to 1 by 5. So here you see v you have got 1 by 11, u you have got 1 by 5. U we have assumed 1 by x plus y. Here you see x 1 by x minus y is equal to u we have. So this will be 1 by x minus y is equal to u. So 1 by x minus y will be equal to u is equal to what? U we have 1 by 5. So x minus y is equal to 5. This is your equation third. And then you have 1 by x plus y is equal to v, means 1 by 11. So x plus y is equal to 11. This is your fourth equation. Now it is required to be solved. X minus y is equal to 5 and x plus y is equal to 11. So x minus y is equal to 5 and x plus y is equal to 11. Just you need to add this. So this will be cancelled. 2x is equal to 16, x is equal to 16 by 2, or x will be equal to 8. Now you put this value by substituting x in equation third. X minus y is equal to 5. So 8 minus y is equal to 5, or minus y is equal to 5 minus 8. Therefore y will be 3, because minus 3 you will get, minus and minus will be cancelled, y will be 3. So x you have got 8 and y you have got 3. So now we will see here. So finally we have got, after simplification, x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 3. Now here you see, hence the speed of the boat in still water is 8 km per hour and the speed of the stream is y km per hour. So like this, these type of questions are required to be solved. Verification has been done, you see, verify that the solution satisfies the condition of the problem. So what is required to be done? Just you put these values, what you have got of x and y in the equation, and you need to get satisfied that what answer you have got x and y, that is correct or not. So if you are putting x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 3, I hope that will be satisfied. And after that we have exercise 3.6. so just you start solving exercise 3.6. this problem will be there. In next class we will see these questions. Until then, thank you.